It's Ron Reader digs the universe. I'm Ron Reader, and this is Ron Reader Digs the Universe. And tonight, Fascism, Ice, and Renee Good. Back in 1992, the Los Angeles Police Department held a massive violence party. Their guest of honor at that party, Rodney King, got the living shit kicked out of him. LAPD, business as usual back in the day, but people were also buying video cameras at that point as the price came down and the whole police riot was caught on tape. The officers involved were put on trial for brutality, of course, but they managed to get a change of video from LA to very white, very cop-friendly Simi Valley, which is where their defense attorneys managed to convince the jury that what everybody in the world saw in the video, a gross violation of King's human and civil rights, was, in fact, simply a bunch of dedicated law officers doing their job. They were acquitted. It caused a massive riot in Los Angeles, and finally the feds managed to convict some of these dirty racist cops for civil rights violations. But the Simi Valley jury showed us forever after that conservatives, when considering race and authority, will see what they need to see in order to maintain their heinous views. And that's what's happening right now, as MAGA struggles with the horror of ICE murdering 37-year-old mother of three Renee Good in Minneapolis last week. Throw out all the distracting details. The only question to consider here was whether ICE officer Jonathan Ross was justified in his use of deadly force. If Good really was using her car as a deadly weapon, as the White House strongly asserts she was doing it really slowly and turning away from Ross while doing it, according to about 1 billion videos and eyewitness accounts. No sane person thinks she was attacking the trigger-happy ICE agent. Rather, as we now know from leaked body cam footage, Ross shot her because she was a fucking bitch. I don't know exactly what mental gymnastics MAGA is using with this, but the rank and file, all of them, really see in the video a crazed radical left lunatic putting the pedal to the metal and trying to kill a good cop. Just like the jury in the Rodney King beating trial, they're seeing what they need to see in order to make their worldview seem not so cruel and heinous, in order to let themselves look in the mirror every morning without crying. Or they're just lying and totally down with killing liberals because we're all fucking bitches. Given the rock star status of liberal killer Kyle Rittenhouse among MAGA, I imagine a lot of these people are lying about what they think the video shows. You know, German Nazis did that. French existentialist philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre, who lived through the Nazi occupation of Paris, wrote about it and called it the bad faith argument. They would make an absurd assertion and then laugh at you while you tried to argue against it. A year ago, when Trump returned to the Oval Office, I and many other observers noted that as bad as it seemed to be last January, it was going to get worse. A lot worse. And it has. MAGA fascism has destroyed the federal government with Doge, terrorized millions at home and abroad, literally starved populations around the world, invaded a foreign nation, and on and on and on, and now they're literally shooting people in the streets. They're fucking Nazis. And we still haven't hit rock bottom with this, I think. It's going to get a lot worse. More people will die. I'm Ron Reeder, and this has been Ron Reeder Digs the Universe. Join me, Ron Reeder, again next week for another episode of Ron Reeder Digs the Universe.